Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 38 of It's No Secret Podcast Live. We are your hosts, Shars, Teresa, and Bianca Rose. Say hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
It's another Wednesday.
It's another Wednesday.
We do have a little treat for everybody today. We were talking about having a guest on here of the male species because we don't have enough of that. That is highly opinionated, very direct and straightforward, and will not hold back. And I think we found the right person for you guys. But I'd like to introduce everyone to our special guest today, a friend of ours, Jeremy Taylor. Say hi.
What's up?
Welcome back to the podcast world.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
yeah. It has. I was about to say, when was the last? I think the last one was it the pandemic?
It was during the pandemic, my last show. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, not your last show, the last show I was on.
Yeah, the last show you were on, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that was a while ago. But I was contemplating how to even introduce you because a lot of people know you under a lot of AKAs.
yeah.
Um,
Aliases.
yes, so it's Jeremy, aka Peanut, aka DJ Nut Nice, aka now DJ Nice for Life.
Yes.
Uh,
I
AKA PPS,
exactly.
well,
PSS. Just go ahead and stream the banner of all his aliases.
yeah.
Uh,
Um, I had to go corporate. I had to go more corporate friendly.
right.
I had to diversify my portfolio.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
you did
We're
that.
all, we're all grown up now. So we already got some people watching. We got a hello, ladies, from Cassandra on our Facebook Live. Shout out to everyone watching already on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram Live. Uh,
What view did you just put it on right there? What did you just do?
I put a comment that
Oh,
somebody posted on our Facebook. See?
oh, because see that makes it now I can see everybody.
Oh, so you want me to just leave stuff up
Oh,
there?
wait. Yeah, so can you see me now?
Can you see me now?
Can you see me now?
Can you see Bianca?
I can see all y'all. Me and Bianca are a little cut off, but when you put it in the other, when the comments pop up, then it zooms out a little.
Mm,
Live show.
nobody cut
Nobody
Bianca off.
cuts Bianca off. But if you have watched a previous episode of It's No Secret podcast, which apparently Peanut has not, by the way.
Wow, that's
Wow.
I haven't.
insulting. Kick him off.
And speaking of name changes,
Shut
it's
up.
not peaches and cream anymore.
It's not peaches and cream.
I for sure I looked it up. And I was like, where is it? But then of course, I was like, duh, go to Teresa's page.
Yeah, we went
Right.
corporate. We
Yeah.
have another alias.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you.
Need some a little more.
We done grew up, Peanut.
Yes,
Right.
we're all grown up now.
Exactly. That's how it goes. I started doing other things, and my boy actually pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, bro, you ever thought about changing your name?" And I was like, "I just changed my name." And he was
You
like,
sure did.
You're like, again?
"Well, nothing nice didn't last long. I'll say that."
Yeah.
But long story short, he was just like, "Well, I was DJing for Stanford Medicine, their medical department, and he was just like, well, I'm just wondering because I sent the invoice and yada yada yada, and they were kind of like, what kind of name is that?" I've heard it all already, so I was like, you know what, you're right. Let me go ahead.
You're receptive to the feedback.
Yeah,
Got it.
and it was just, it was a little vulgar, it was a little, obscene if you don't know what it means,
Mhm.
So I was like, yeah, let me switch it to something
It's
where
time to grow up.
and everybody can relate. Everybody's nice for life. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. So if you have watched our show before, we start with our highs and lows. So we're going to start, as always, with the lows first so we can end on a high note. Shari, you get to go first. What's your low for the week?
My low for the week was today, actually.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I was feeling just really crappy. I ended up leaving work early, and if you know me, that is not me. I am not that girl. Um, so yeah, I was like, oh, I got to get the hell up out of here. So I literally went home and completely crashed for
Mm.
like 3 hours, and my body needed that.
Is it bad that
But
that sounds amazing right now?
no, it's not. But I was like, I don't know what. Like, I just started feeling I was getting so hot. I was cold. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. I was like, okay, I gotta get out of
Mm-mm.
here. I gotta go. But
I'm gonna blame the
yeah,
kid.
it's probably
I'm gonna blame
somebody's
the
little
kid.
rugrat
Sorry.
who got me sick. But yeah, after that nice little 3 hour nap, I feel a little bit better. And I had to put some chapstick on and show up.
I love that that's all you do, though. Just throw a little chapstick on and we're good.
Yes. What about you?
I wish I
I
could do
know, right?
that. I got sent home because I only put on chapstick one day, and my boss literally was like, "Go home. If this is your best, go home."
Damn.
I was like, "Okay, just tell me I look like shit. That's cool. Looking out for me, that's
She
fine."
really did send you home, though.
She
I
really
was there.
did.
Yeah. My low for this week also happened today because it took me like an hour and a half to get home. But people can't fucking drive here. I'm sorry. San Antonio, love you. You've been good to me, but y'all motherfuckers cannot drive here. Like, it's just, it gets worse and worse.
Is it the people or is it the
It's all
construction?
of it.
Because construction, I say, would be
All of
worse.
Texas is under construction, though. So, like, we can't even blame it on that.
And we don't know how to drive in construction. That wasn't on my driving test.
Like, we can't even complain about that. Jaded Contessa, Milo.
My low is
Speaking of, B, what is your low?
my low is that although it was a holiday 4-day weekend for me, that holiday weekend threw my entire week off. My Wednesday to Wednesday, I basically had like 2 working days, and I feel like it should have been longer. So you're lucky that I showed up today because I did not know that it was Wednesday. My schedule has been thrown
Jeez.
off so bad.
That sucks. Jeremy, what about yours?
My low was actually yesterday. So I went and picked my daughter up from school, and me and her mom had already been going back and forth about like what needs to be done and stuff like that. And long story short, how ironic it was, but I was watching something on Breakfast Club, and they had a Kim Kardashian clip of like how she pulled up on the Kai Cenat string. Long story short, she basically spoke on how she hates doing homework with her kids. Like, time they spend 8 hours at school, yada yada yada, right? And she's like, we have other activities, we need family time. She shouldn't have this much. Yeah, they shouldn't have this much homework when they come home. Lo and behold, my daughter comes home, and she has 2 packets of homework that are due today. So I'm already like, what? So, she had 9 pages of homework. I was already frustrated.
So you had 9 pages of homework. Got it.
Yeah, you had 9 pages of homework.
She's not getting it.
Aww.
I messaged her teacher. Not nothing too crazy, but I told her like, yo, we got extracurricular activities. We got this, we got that, and my daughter's in bed by 8:00. This is ridiculous. She calls me. I'm like, okay, yeah, call.
Damn,
brave. She said, "Say it to my face one more time.
Exactly.
Say it with your chest.
Stand on business." And she was just like, well, as a teacher, this is what their curriculum needs to be up to. As a mom, I get it. This, like, she gave me every level of it. And I was just like, and then what the school requires as a teacher, as a mother. I'm just like kind of skimming through it. And I was like, God damn it, I can't even argue with you. And then,
she's used that answer before.
And then, Teresa, we went to Thurgood. Thurgood had like, the curriculum was tough. My daughter does go to a charter school. So I was just like, man, all right, it is what it is. But, she wasn't getting it then, put her to bed. And then I got into this stupid debate with 2 of my best friends. It got real heated.
You had a day yesterday.
Right. right?
This is all
Mm.
still the
And
same day, right?
Right.
you said what?
I said this is all still the same day,
It's
right?
all still the same day.
Okay.
And then
Damn.
I actually missed something. I sent my daughter's mom a message, and I guess I said something because the teacher said, "Oh, and I don't offer home. I don't even give you homework on these days. Those days just happen to be my daughter's mom's days." And I was just like, so I messaged her. I was like, "Hey, yo, I need some help with this, this, that, and this." And I don't appreciate you not telling me that she don't get homework on your days, because she was already kind of pressing me like, you didn't fill out the reading log. Like, on top of homework, I got to read to her. On top of that too, every
Right.
night, 15 minutes. And I missed a couple of nights, and she was just like, you didn't fill out the reading log, and this is that, and this, and I was like, and I basically was just like still butthurt over that. So I was like, you need to help me out more. She only has homework on the days that I'm with her. And I'm just like, and she was just like, that was unnecessary to say. And it was. I was just like, man, I was going off on everybody yesterday. And I woke up today like I was tripping.
Regretting
You
life.
chose violence yesterday, and I'm here
So you chose
for it.
violence, and it probably took you that long to complete those damn
Right?
packets too. All that complaining, those packets could have been
Well,
done.
we ended up completing them, but her teacher was like, oh, it should only take 30 minutes and then an extra 15 minutes. So it should take 45 minutes to do her homework. I'm just like,
That's still too damn
If you
long.
know the material, what grade is
second,
your daughter in, if you don't mind me
second.
asking?
So she's at spelling, learning sounds, and then plus minus, and then word problem. I mean, yeah, word problems.
Hmm.
It's only going to get a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
gonna
worse
get worse.
because the thing is with those homeworks, it's asking you for like instructions that were learned in class that day. So if they're coming home, it's like, oh, I need to find the perpendicular of this, and that. Baby, I don't know what perpendicular is. You
Right.
learned it. You have to tell me what you learned, and I can help
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
that you ain't even got to like the middle school projects yet.
Yeah, and the
I
hard part about it is now, like working in the school system too, is the way we were taught as kids. These kids, they're not taught that way.
nope.
Everything is so different. So it's like, I mean, I can give you the answer, but it ain't gonna be the
Right.
way you want to get the answer.
Oh, exactly.
So
Yeah,
that's a whole nother
Exactly.
problem. Like,
I
how
stay
are we
away from
raising a
math.
generation that does work completely different than how we did it?
I stay away from math. You need to
It's
figure that out because I'm gonna give you the right
wild.
answer the wrong way.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
me all day long. I'm
Yeah.
good at math.
Right.
I give you the right answer, but that long doing all I ain't got time for that.
Oh
Nah.
no. Well, I'll give her about 3, 4 tries, and then after I do give her the answer, but I tell her how I got the answer. You know what I mean? But I mean, one thing I'm just yeah, and then she's also working on unscrambling words, making the correct sentence. You know what I mean? She's doing okay with that, but the only thing I
A
am afraid
lot
of
for
is
second grade. Damn.
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for it's a lot for the second grade. But the only thing I'm worried about is just her retaining the information, because
Yeah.
they're putting so much on her. It's like, how you expect her to freaking remember this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that's the only part, because that's one thing I wasn't strong at. And let me tell you right now, her and I are so similar when it comes to learning. When we get frustrated, when like we're emotional, we can be sensitive, and then we'll lash out. Like we are the same.
Her poor mom. I'm just kidding.
Just say
I'm
poor
just
me.
kidding. Oh, all right, let's move on to a positive note. Let's
Yeah.
go through our highs.
Yeah.
Shari, what was your high for the week?
My high for the week was yesterday. Actually, I had the total opposite of what Jeremy had here going on.
You can
My
call him
baby
Peanut.
turned
I
11
almost did a few times
yesterday.
already too.
My baby turned 11 yesterday.
Yeah.
So we got to celebrate his birthday, and even though it was a long weekend of celebrating, but yesterday was just like more like me, him, and his sister, and we went to dinner and we had some laughs, and he took to get he wanted a seafood boil. So initially we were supposed to go somewhere else, but then it was like, well, I'm not spending that if you're not going to eat, because he had a big lunch.
Mhm.
And so we go somewhere else, and he gets a seafood boil, and then he wants to try like the hottest combination seasoning there was. And so like there's this whole video of him like, I'm crying, and like he's like being a daredevil on his birthday. But it was just cute to just
Aw.
have those moments and watch my baby turn 11, because when did that happen? Like,
Mm-hmm.
my oldest is 11. That's wild.
Yep.
So yeah, but all in all, it was the high of my week because it's my
Yeah.
baby.
Hell yeah.
That's good. Well, happy belated then.
Happy
I just want to
mom-anniversary to you.
Right. I think it was that for me. I was like, God, like we were driving home from the restaurant. I was like, I was in the hospital. I was like, I was pushing you out right now 11 years ago. Like,
Mm.
that's wild.
Girl, how do you think I feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grown kids. But yeah.
Can't relate.
Doesn't seem like he's been
Bianca's
here
like
that long.
Bianca's like reason number
Can't relate.
752 on why I'm not gonna have children. Oh man.
But yeah, it was good.
That's amazing. My little KD, happy belated birthday.
My baby.
Yeah. Unk is in the chat. He said Unk is here today. His oldest is going to be 27 on the
Yeah.
11th. So time is flying. Maybe y'all just getting old.
Shut up, Bianca.
I can't wait till my daughter gets older. Even though I'm gonna be more worried, but still, I can't wait.
You want to know the sad part is I have a 21-year-old and I can still say that same sentence that you said. I can't wait for my daughter to get older.
They don't get better. Ask my mom. I'm still chicle to her.
Yeah, where is your mom? You need to text her. She hasn't clocked in yet. All right. Well, my high
See what's your high?
of the week was that my father-in-law was actually here for the holiday weekend. And I don't think any of you guys have met my father-in-law, but he is the coolest. I love that man, love hanging out with him. And most importantly, like love seeing how my husband gets around him because that's his like best friend in the world.
She's here. Sorry.
Becky, thank you. I was like, where is she? She has not clocked in. Thank you, Becky. I'm just
and she can tell you it don't matter how old the kids are. We're not going anywhere. I'm spending the weekend with her this weekend. I'm not going anywhere.
That, like, just seeing my husband with his dad and seeing him just be his full, like having the people he loves around him, his dad, his brother, all that stuff. So it was just a good, relaxing family weekend. So that was nice. Yeah.
That's good.
What about you, B?
My high is that I actually went camping this weekend with some family and friends. So I've been going camping and stargazing a lot lately.
What's going on?
Because my ass would not be outside if it's hot.
It's always hot here, though.
I know, but I lucked out this weekend because I went out of town and it rained, but that brought the weather like down a little bit. So it worked out pretty well. Otherwise, my ass would have caught an attitude so fast. I'm not meant to be outside when it's hot, especially.
I moved to the wrong state for that, though. Real quick, Mom said she was watching her show. That this is your show. We are your show on Wednesday nights, ma'am.
Someone has a conflicting schedule.
Exactly. Peanut, what was your high? I'm just calling him Peanut because that's what I've been calling him for like 30 years. Okay.
It's all right. I was at Mike. I was at Mike's son's second birthday. My best friend.
Yeah.
Long story short, his aunties. Mike's mom called me Jeremy, and like 5 people turned around. Who are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of people still don't even know my government name. So.
Well, they do now. It's on the screen.
Okay. So I was like, damn, I'm 41 and we still getting this BS. I'm still getting this BS. Like, Jesus Christ. Those teachers would say that. Of course, obviously, I didn't have their classes. You know what I mean? But I thought she was just Peanut. Like,
you are just Peanut. That's why.
Crazy. But my high was today. Just a lot of unsureties. Kind of are non-existent. I kind of have them weekly. Just with the business and industry that I'm in. But whenever I get referrals with DJing, long story short, I'm always fearful of them maybe canceling the last minute, and then I'm still kind of in the process of should I charge this person for a deposit, or should I get my money up front? Some people I do, some people I don't. If it's a serious referral, then I'll be like, yeah, I'll take it easy on them. But the money came through today. Gained another opportunity today.
Nice.
A lot of the invoices from the past weekend came in, so yeah, yeah.
Hey,
So
Yes.
uh,
Good.
he said, I earned my
right.
money. He's good.
Everything's a go. Until next week.
Right.
It's a
Right.
weekly thing. It's a weekly thing.
It
Yep.
lets you stay busy, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm here with y'all. I'm here doing this. So
Exactly.
That's right. I was looking
yeah,
for that one.
yeah. This is awesome.
Becky Flowers, who is Bianca's mom, by the way. That's who we're calling mom. She said deposit is for a reason. Yeah,
Exactly. She's
exactly.
absolutely right.
Don't sell
Yeah.
yourself short, she said.
Yes.
Mhm.
Listen to mom.
You're
Listen to
absolutely right.
mama.
I mean, mind you, her mom was like almost, she's about our age, but
She's
you know.
not.
Okay.
Just kidding.
No, it came through. The deposit came through. The confirmation, everything, and it's
Yes.
this Saturday. So so
He
Nice.
said, just got paid. Just got
yeah.
paid.
Good.
Night.
Wednesday.
we just needed you nice and happy for the show. All right, so for everyone watching today's show and today's main topic of conversation, I'm pretty sure Unc and Mom are really going to love this one. Our topic today is situationships and all the things that fall under that umbrella.
The good and the bad.
So, with that said, let's start with a simple let's define what a situationship is to all of us. That way we have a clear understanding of what we're talking about.
You're either secretly stupid or openly stupid. Not committed in a relationship.
Damn.
A little sprinkle of delusion.
Oh, spring of delusion. There you go. Thank you, sous chef.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yes and no, right? To me, like a situationship is more than just friends, but not like an official partnership.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would we all agree?
Yeah.
I think I think a lot of it has become this negative thing, but I think a lot of the times like people find themselves in situationships because life is like rough, right? And sometimes you just got to be the situation works. Whatever that
With
may
whatever
be,
your
it just
situation
works.
is,
But
yeah.
we may not be fully committed, but it may just work to your situation. You may have a permanent live-in babysitter. You may have someone who wants to run around and do the things that you don't want to do, but it works for you guys, so I don't think it has to always be a negative thing. I think it's been turned into a negative thing, but sometimes relationships just work that way and we consider them situationships now instead of relationships.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of mentioned friends with benefits. Do y'all consider friends with benefits similar to a situationship?
That's
Like, y'all think they're the same thing?
exactly what went through my head.
That's a situationship.
Yeah,
It's a situation that's convenient.
Yeah.
Well, I think a situationship is whatever the situation calls for. That's just what it is. There's some clarity, but not full clarity. You can step a little bit, but there's still boundaries.
Is there though? Is there boundaries in a situationship?
Yeah, definitely. Because it could be, this is what I want, this is what she wants, or this is what she wants, this is what he wants. And when you have that understanding, but then time starts to go on, and then people change their minds on what they want, people start overstepping their boundaries. Whereas the other person's like, hold on, I told you already what this was.
Right.
Or I told you I had a crazy baby mama, or I had a crazy baby daddy, or I told you. I'm saying, like, and this just goes off the stories I hear, or, I told you that wasn't in my cards, or I wasn't going to quit this job, or I wasn't going to switch this shift. So I just think whatever the situation is, just that's what it is in this moment. I think the reality, the way I see it, and I'm sorry, I do see a situationship as a negative. Not saying that people don't do it or shouldn't do it, but I think you should just fully understand what you're getting yourself into when you get into a situationship, because rarely do they ever grow into something real are authentic or into what you want it to be. It's always going to be, I don't want to say complacent, but it's always going to be that situation,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
It's always an in between. It's never a
Right.
fully this, fully that. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's always an in
There's
between.
no end game.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Long. It's just, this is where it's at. This is what we're doing. And however long we're doing it, this is where it's staying right here.
Right. This lane right here.
But I kind of
Yep.
feel like you can be like a friends with benefits. A friends with benefits has like that mutual understanding of what the expectation is, of what that boundary lies. But it turns into a situationship when it becomes more one-sided of one thing. Once a boundary is crossed, once someone starts expecting more, then it becomes a situationship because that is a situation that is stagnant that you cannot get out of that in between.
Exactly.
I feel it's a little sticky situation because for me, anytime that I've met someone or hi, have you met me? I've been in a situationship where eventually it's more one-sided.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes kind of back to what Peanut said, though, about like having that clear understanding of this is the lane that we're in, right? But I think in a lot of situationships, and that's where the imbalance can come, is there's not anything that's clearly defined. Like sometimes a lot of people have what they believe to be an understanding, but
An
then
assumption.
it's an assumption. Exactly. So I think it is important that, to Peanut's point, is like it is clearly defined. Like we had a conversation about what we were looking for. This is what we both mutually decided, and then go from there.
Right. And actually, I actually retract a little bit. It can be a good thing, because sometimes when you get into a situationship and you've been through the turmoil, you've been through, let's say, the marriage,
Right.
you've been through the long relationship, and you just want somebody to be. I have a few friends, and their parents went through this, not together, but once they broke up,
Mhm.
they'll have 10-year long boyfriends. You know what I
Right.
mean? They'll have whatever, and they have this agreement. I'm not getting married again. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like they have this agreement that, yeah, my kids are over here, your kids are over here. I don't have to meet your kids. Like sometimes I think, I don't want to say it's like an older, mature thing, but I think it is something that happens more so as you get older, especially because, kids are involved. Former
Partners.
significant
Yeah.
others,
Mhm.
families, so yeah, former partners, and that's just what it is, and you don't want to, yeah, it's tough.
Sometimes that's just easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
exactly,
think, but
exactly.
but to what you said, like you had, people that are in those long committed relationship without getting married, but that relationship is defined as that is my exclusive significant other. I just don't want to move. To me, that's not a situationship. A situationship to me is a combination of convenience and lack of commitment.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that too. Only
Mhm.
it is.
Point for me, point for me.
Like I got one.
And I'm just
Okay,
talking
so
from my
so,
perspective
so
of
that
things that I've been a part of.
but that's still all based off of, I don't know, what, a verbal agreement. Yeah, I don't want to marry you, but you're going to be my exclusive partner.
I mean,
But
Still lack of
that's like a
commitment.
boyfriend girlfriend situation, basically. That still has a title to it.
right,
Whereas situationships to me don't have any titles.
They don't
We're
have
not
no
worried about
title.
titles. We're not worried about none of that. We are here for either convenience, comfort, both,
Companionship.
companionship, whatever
Yeah.
the case might be.
But you're never gonna meet the friends, you're not gonna meet the family, you're not gonna celebrate a birthday or anniversary, like, you're not gonna be celebrating some of these milestones and, things like that in a situationship to me. That's the boundary of that line, or I should say
See,
that's that line
I
I
between.
think I think in some situations you do. See, I think that, and I think again lines get blurred, right? There's a fine line between
they getting blurred right now.
we're
welcome
about to
to the
blur them a little
show.
more.
I think you do in certain situationships you do find yourself doing those things, and I think that's why the lines get blurred, right?
Mhm.
I think things tend to happen because people do share special moments and significant moments, and then it's like, okay, well maybe we are more than what we previously talked about because of this. But what people have to understand is it's not. Again, it's about convenience. Maybe I want to show up with you in front of my family because I don't want my family jumping down my throat thinking that, oh, she's single and she's this or doesn't do that, like, so yeah, out of convenience, I'm gonna take you with me to this wedding, or I'm gonna take you with
Right.
me to this party. That's
Mm.
still a situationship because I'm not fully committed. Like, we're not in a relationship, but it's
Mhm.
still a form of convenience for you to be with me or you to do things with me. So I don't think that it's so much that we don't do everything together, but I think that also interferes with why situationships go left.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Mom in the chat said,
Yep,
so just
yep,
say booty call,
yep.
situationship.
That that
See,
that
to
that's honestly
me,
what I,
they're not exactly the same. So,
No,
they
like,
they're
are.
not.
to
And
me, friends
look,
with
look.
benefits and booty calls,
And
right?
slinky links.
I will group those together, and I
Friends
will
with
say
benefits and booty calls.
I will group booty calls and friends with benefits in the same bucket. And in that bucket, we know we are hanging out to fuck. Okay, that's what this
That
is.
that's it.
Right.
That's what
Nothing
this
else is
is,
happening.
right? But a
Uh,
situationship is more like I just really like hanging out with you, and we're not necessarily just friends because maybe we still do other things that
is there any intimacy?
yes, there's still intimacy, but
Yeah.
like it's not just the intimacy. It's that and we like maybe go on dates now and then or hang out with a group of
No, because if
friends.
you're dating, then if you're going out on dates, then that's dating. Okay, hold on. Let's back up. Let me ask a two-part question.
Okay.
Has anyone ever been
Hold
in
on.
a
Before you ask that
situationship,
first
and what
question,
made you think it was one?
well, let
Oh,
me
okay.
say this
That's
though.
fair.
Context matters
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
because how y'all met, where y'all met,
It plays a
those
factor.
things that's what might determine a situationship and a booty call. If I look,
I do
hypothetically,
agree with that.
if I used to work with you and then we don't work together anymore, but we know some of the same people and we be at the same places and we kind of like, oh yeah, we could go hang out and then everything clears and then hey, you still want to hang out? Have a drink. We accidentally have sex. I would say accidentally.
Right.
We end up
Well,
having sex, whatever.
you accidentally
It's
fell
kind of
inside
like
of her. Got it. No, just
it's
kidding.
kind of like, oh well, I don't know this, that. I think that might be a situation. Whereas if I meet you at a club
Right.
and we're both, and I let you know, hey, what's up, and you like, what's up? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and then it turns into that because y'all met on those terms. I think that's what makes it a booty call or a friend with benefit versus situationship.
Okay.
That's the context that I feel like.
That's fair. That's fair. Fuzzy Bunny on our Instagram said it goes from one night stand to friends with benefits slash booty calls to situationships to dating to boyfriend girlfriend.
Damn.
He
He
has
gave us
the whole
the whole
timeline figured out.
hierarchy.
Hey, like I said, that's about right, but that hardly ever happens.
Agreed.
But that situationship means that it's not going to get to that relationship phase ever. And to me, it's because at least one of those persons wants the relationship, the other one is like does not want it. So again, it becomes more biased, like it becomes more a one-sided relationship that makes the situation a little bit more difficult.
So you're saying that if it's not one sided, and let's say we both mutually agree to this situation, what is that then? That's not a
Whatever you
situation.
decided to be, either if y'all are going to be mutually in agreement to progress to a relationship, that is dating, that is, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Or what if we're
If
not? What if we're
if y'all are
cool with
mutually
this?
just trying to have fun for like convenience, and maybe it's the friends with benefits part, but again, once someone starts wanting a relationship, that's the situationship part that you're never going to progress to that. So now you're in that situation, you're in that in between. What is it called? You're in purgatory.
You're in
And
purgatory.
I have to 1000% agree with Bianca. It never stays that way. It
No, it doesn't.
never,
It
ever.
doesn't.
One
It really
person,
doesn't.
it no,
Mm.
we the two cannot stay on the same level. Somebody
Yeah.
ends up getting a little bit more emotionally attached than the other. It
And that's
always,
where that becomes the thing.
eventually, that happens.
Yeah. Okay, so Unc just asked us for our opinion on a situation of his. He said, I can sleep in the same bed with my best friend who is a female. People really think we are together. What is y'all's take?
Very possible.
I can see from the outside looking in why it would look that way.
Uh huh. But I think that that has to do with
Are you just sleeping with her?
Yeah, because
well,
that's what I'm
Is
saying.
she
Like,
even
what else is
straight?
going
Hold
on?
on.
and that's the context right there. I mean, I think that if y'all have never been intimate, never showed any interest, and you have your own like your own thing going on, you
Mm-hmm.
know, with other women, or it
Other
has to be other women.
situations?
Because if you in a relationship, you ain't sleeping in bed with your
Mm.
best friend. That ain't happening. She got her own thing going, and you ain't attracted to your best friend. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're
Mm.
not attracted to her. You know what I mean? And she's not attracted to you. I think it's very possible.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like if there's like if this is like your sister, you know what I mean? Like
Right. Right.
I could see that. He said we joke around. Yeah, that sounds more like a very good friendship where I mean, he said it's his best
It's
friend.
it's it's very very rare though,
It
and
is.
some people do cherish their friendships more
Yeah.
than their lust. You know what I mean? Even if like even if you were attracted to your friend, if you know that you're toxic, if you're aware of like
Mhm.
how you can mess this up or how they can mess it up, you're like, nah, I just want to protect the friendship because I'm
Right.
a better friend than partner or whatever,
Mm.
friend with benefits or whatever, or potential
Whatever you want to call it.
whatever. I'm a better
And
friend.
that's on
I want the
self-awareness.
friendship.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Do you guys think that situationships are appealing in any kind of way?
It can be for convenience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to commit to anything. I don't have to buy birthday gifts. I don't have to ask how someone's day was. And that's also setting the boundary of the situation so that I don't catch feelings. I'm not going to ask you how your day was. If it's not a sex, then don't text. Like, you keep that what it is.
Rhyming and everything.
Oh man. That's gonna be a sound bite right there.
That's how I kept my situationship afloat until I was done with it.
I mean, I think for
Have y'all ever been in one? Take me back to my other question. Have y'all ever been in a situationship?
I
Yes.
think
oh
everybody
yeah,
has.
oh yeah,
I was like, with all the million definitions that we gave, what scenario was y'all's situationship?
I had a baby with one of my situationships.
That's a complicated situation,
Yeah.
Teresa.
It got real complicated. And ironically, when we got pregnant was when we were ending, like when we decided like this is not gonna work anymore.
that's when it
That would
happens.
piss me
That's
off.
that's when I got pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when
But yeah, that was a very long situationship though. But
yeah.
yeah.
I think it can be appealing. I guess for as a man, if you know
Want
bring
your cake
around,
and
what'd you say?
when you want your cake, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, or when or when you have other situations, you can rotate. She's just part of the roster, showing
Mhm.
your friends or it for me when I had it, it felt like a nuance. It felt like okay, I get to see her on these circumstances. You know what I mean? It's when I'm feeling good, when I got money, when I'm ready to, have sex, So
Mhm.
it was like, oh, we'll go out, we'll do something, we'll role play or whatever. Like, so it kind of brought like a freshness to
And excitement.
an excitement. Yeah,
Can
Yeah.
I ask?
yeah,
Can I ask? Did you utilize that situationship as a way to validate areas of your life, whether it be your ego, your financial stability, your cravings? Do, was that situationship something that just validated or boosted your
one
ego as a
hundred
man?
percent,
Mm.
100%. The maybe 5 years ago I would have said no, but I've learned that was just to boost my ego. And full disclosure,
It did.
uh, what Teresa just said, same here,
Yeah.
same exact thing.
So which one of y'all, or did either one of y'all have feelings for the other?
Uh,
Like, was it a one-sided thing?
um, no, off and on, but just to kind of, okay, I'll just say it.
It's no secret.
I was gonna
Right.
say it is no secret.
Yeah.
Oh, he had to sit up for this one.
Oh, I was like, oh, hold
Getting
on. let me
excited.
just-
Well, we were dating, and she got pregnant, but because we had just got out of our past relationships,
Mhm.
I was like, nah. And she was like, no, we should do it. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I tried to ghost her. I'm gonna keep it real. After she did that for me, because it was what I wanted. So, and she honored it. 7 months later, I was on tour. I brought her with me. This time she's like, oh, I'm on birth control, this, that, and this. Fell for that one. She got pregnant again 7 months later.
We're extra fertile after stuff like that.
That's exactly what the nurse said.
Yeah.
Exactly what the nurse said. Prior to me finding out, a month before we broke up, prior to me finding out, I was like, I don't want to talk to you no more. I blocked her on everything. Like, it's over. Like, it's a wrap. Except Snapchat. This is when Snapchat was booming, right? I get a
Damn
message
social media.
with a pregnancy test. I was like, positive. I'm like, what? So, yeah, man. We went to the doctor. Timeline. I knew exactly when it happened.
Yeah.
I knew exactly when it
We-
happened.
we
I knew
usually do.
the exact moment it happened.
Yeah.
But
Becky said, so you didn't learn.
nope,
You
nope,
didn't.
nope. I didn't. I sure as hell. I sure as hell didn't. The cold part is I had been through a situation right before this, but I completely severed it. And this time I didn't sever it. And
You
yeah,
didn't stay right here.
exactly.
You were not right
Nope.
here.
You was falling asleep while you was driving, drifting off. That's what happened.
Right. I think that it more so had what to do with, it had everything to do with, she felt pressure because of her age. She also felt like I was a good candidate, not because of like who I am. I think it was just because,
I
he's
how he laughed when he said
in
that.
his late 30s or mid 30s and he doesn't have any kids. And I have this opportunity to have kids with this man. And this could be, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's part of being a catch.
Older, and I think that, and that's no knock against her, you know what I mean? But I think men, we need to like be aware of that, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
I think older people, period, need to be aware of that. Not to say lock you up or whatever, but it's just like, well, I don't have kids, he doesn't have kids, let's have a kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just based off our conversation, the conversations that we've had. You know what I mean? Because I didn't find it in the cards for me. But anyway, to circle all the way back to the topic, the situation can turn into something else. In the moment that you try to walk away, it might not work for one side of the party, whether it be a baby get involved, domestic violence could then become a factor, threats, smear campaigns, you know what I mean? Like, you could be, oh, I don't want to deal with her no next, but then the next minute you see her dealing with somebody else, oh, now you mad. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
things happen.
Gabe in our YouTube said, facts, bro.
Okay, well then let's talk about how do we avoid being in a situationship? How do we avoid getting ourselves into that scenario
Well,
to
I mean, the
begin with?
first question you gotta ask is, do you want to be in a situationship? Because some people want to be in it.
I don't think people intend to be in a situationship. Again, from my definition understanding is that if it's mutual understanding, then it's not a situationship. A situationship is when one person wants something more than the other.
Well,
See, but I don't agree with that. I can't agree with that because again, the situationship can be strictly out
mhm,
of convenience.
Mm,
We're not in a relationship, we're not together, but this is strictly because it's convenient. And it doesn't always have to involve sex. Majority of the
right.
time it does. But like it doesn't always have to involve sex. And I think that I think if people look at situationships differently, a lot of the lines will not be blurred. People have to stop thinking about it as being a
mhm,
negative thing. And I think if people stop thinking about it being so negative, then it's like, oh, well, I'm just in a situationship, and then it's all this bad conversation about it, right? Or this person wants more than me, or I want more than them, and like all of this. Like, why can't people just be in situationships because it works for us? We do what we do, regardless of what that may be, because it's convenient. But I don't want to be in a relationship. You don't want to be in a relationship because, again, I don't want to have to call every day and be like, "Hey, how's your day? How you feeling today? Did you eat? Are you okay?" Like, I don't want
right.
to do all that. I don't have time to do all that because I'm doing everything else. But when it's convenient, you come by, we do things. You may have kids, I may have kids. We do things together with the kids because it's a fun time, and we can all, it could still be different but not be bad. I
Mm.
think situationships have got such a bad name and a bad rep, but it doesn't always have to be about one person wanting more than somebody else, and that's what's considered a
I feel
situationship.
too like in situationships, because it is lopsided, there's one person at least that came in knowing that's what they wanted. Because the idea wouldn't even be on the table if nobody had that idea. Now, whether or not
Mm.
both people
Right.
have the same idea or not is a different story. Because some people can come into it saying, "Oh, I just want, something easy. I just want a situation. I want comfort. I want convenience." But the way they present it to other people may not be that way. And that's when it turns into a situationship, is like the other person's like, "Well, you make it seem like we're in a relationship. So why not?" "Oh, well, I don't want that."
Mhm.
But you make it seem like you do. You know what I mean? Like it starts to become a situation at that point. But
Yeah.
like I get what Shari's saying too though, because like we used to have a term for like people that would sleep with people because they needed a place to stay.
Oh yeah.
Hobosexuals is what we
Oh
call
yeah.
them. Yeah. So like
Hobosexual.
hobosexuals, like that's a situationship essentially, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think at some point one person is always taking advantage of another
Oh,
person.
that's how relationships work, and you have to be okay with that.
See, but that's how relationships work. It doesn't
No, I
matter.
mean, I'm saying though, like I think that's just how the world operates. You either have to be useful or
Yeah.
be willing to be used, but you cannot be
Used.
useless. Okay, you have to be
Mm.
useful or you have to use others. You know what I mean? If it's for the good, then that's just the way. That's just the way that it. I think that's just the way life works. But being useless, you're not
The way the world
being
turns.
useless. You're not benefiting anyone or not even yourself.
But
You
that
know.
that all depends on the people though too, because what do you want as a person? That's different for everybody, right?
Right.
So like, one person might be like, "Oh, you know what? A situationship would be perfect for me for the rest of my life. That's exactly what I need. I don't want the extra strings attached. I don't want the ball and chain," right? If we're talking like
The
figuratively. Yeah.
convenience and
Well,
The
well,
non-committing.
well.
convenience of not committing,
I
right?
want to cut you off. To
But
cut you
then
off. Sorry, but I think I would just say people don't want the responsibility. She wants to come say hi.
oh, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, people don't want the responsibility, but that's not everybody, right? There's also
Mm.
people out there that are like very upfront with people and they say, "No, I want commitment."
Well,
Like, no offense, but like I'm gonna call them out real quick. Shisui earlier said, "If we ain't dating to marry, you ain't the one for me." And Shisui just said again, "The older I get, the more I stay away from situationships." So
Okay. I'm gonna be so honest. Is Shisui the best reference for this? Because he stays in some drama. Because I don't know, the last couple of weeks, Shisui
Yeah.
been
We was a home wrecker
we was a
was a
last
homewrecker
week.
homewrecker
last
last
week. All
week.
of a
How
sudden,
we
he's staying away
staying
from
away from
situationships.
situationship?
I'm gonna be right
You
back.
sound
I'm gonna
like
be
the
right back.
living
Okay.
room.
While he's gone, Gabe said in our chat, straightforward, respectful, and honest communication on a consistent basis between the two. That way you give the other person a choice to, is it for them or not? It's fair that way. Yeah.
Yeah. I think some check-ins might be nice. Like, is this still a thing? Are we still it might be good.
It's just sweet.
Shisui.
Fit, fit in the
They
bill
get on
real
my
quick. He
nerves.
said it's not drama if they don't find out.
Oh, geez. They always find out.
He came in at a perfect time.
They always find out.
Yeah, but I mean, I
They
do
always
agree
find
with
out.
Gabe. If they did that, if they had straightforward, just respectful, honest communication from the beginning, it could be a beneficial situationship.
Mm.
It doesn't always have to be ugly. But then again,
Yeah,
that
All right, so maybe I haven't had bad experiences then.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
you do have a graveyard, Bianca.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't work like that. You know, unfortunately, like you can be honest, you can be straightforward. You know, but I think what happens is the only time it works out that way is when you're a pimp and you're dealing with hoes.
Damn.
I'm being honest. You could be up front, and this is what I got hit with. I'm gonna tell you. Um, I told you this is what it was, and you agreed. You know what she hit me with?
What?
Things change.
Um,
Things change
Oh.
over time, and things do change over time. You know what I mean? They really do. Not that I'm in agreement of her, but I can understand how somebody could feel that way if you live your life in a starting point of whatever it is that you do, and you hope for it to grow. And this is what calls for it to grow is the title. Either it's the title or doing more things with one another, meeting somebody's family, or the case may be. And I think that's more so where women are at with it versus men. Just from my personal
you'd be
experience,
surprised.
huh? Look,
You'd be
I don't
surprised.
know because
Right. You'd be surprised how many women how many men push that
I would
envelope.
say a lot of older men do. I would say like once we get into like our 40s, 50s, you know, we've had our fun and we just want to be with one girl, not even necessarily be in a relationship, but take her out, wine and dine her, you know, all those things. I think it's more so, I think it's more so older women, to be
Uh,
honest.
real quick, Fuzzy Buddy said that means the situation ship has sailed.
Right, exactly. Exactly. I've seen this show often. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so
Where,
so if you're in a situationship, right? And let's say you guys did have a conversation and there is a clear understanding.
Mhm.
And then it gets to a point where, well, just to put it into your perspective, Peanut, she starts to catch feelings, right? But
No, I
what if
mean,
but what if she
feelings are
hold on,
already
hold on,
there.
hold
Some
on, hold
type of
on.
feelings are
Hold
there.
on, hold on.
My bad, my bad.
But what if she catches feelings and she just approaches you and she's like, before anything else happens, I just want you to know the other day this kind of happened. I kind of felt a little something more. I think I'm starting to catch feelings.
Yeah, then it's over.
Then that ship has sailed,
Then that
is what
ship
you're
is.
saying.
Hey, but look, this is what happens. This is where shit get tricky.
Okay.
If we in a situation ship, and
I love when he
look, if we
laughs.
in a
He's laughing at his
situation
own
ship, right?
shit.
And we've been dealing with each other for a year, 6 months or whatever, right? I might say, and this is why I say this is where pimps win. Because a chick will say, "Oh, well, I'm starting to catch feelings. We need to end this." As a man, it's like, "Hold on, you my star player." You know what I mean? Now,
So what's really happening is you don't want your star player to leave.
Well, either I don't want my star player to leave, or I gotta now turn my other role player into
Into
my
my
star
star
player.
player.
And what happens sometimes is you'll say, "Yeah, bye, cool, it's over." But as an emotional human being, it's like, is that really a bad thing? Does she owe me money? Did she call my mama or whatever? Nah, it's good. So I'm gonna probably call her up a month later, and I'm just saying this from a man's perspective. You know what I mean?
That's what we
Exactly.
wanted.
Yep.
That
Call her
was
up
the
a
whole
month
point of
later.
it.
Man, don't nobody do that thing like how you do it. You know what I mean?
So now wait, so now you're gonna call and lie to her and make her think that
No,
she's
no,
gonna
no,
get
no, no,
some
no, 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 no,
No.
more.
no, no, no. No. I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
try to
Okay.
reel her back in
Okay.
to the
Yep.
situationship.
And
You
that's
know what I mean? Hey
yeah.
man, don't nobody do that
Mm-hmm.
thing like what you do. Now I'm gonna tell her what she wanna hear. She gonna
Mm.
come back and I'm gonna try to get you back in the situationship. You know what
Mm.
I mean? And that's what happens. I'm telling you like from a man's perspective. This is how, and especially with the star player. You know what I mean? The one who look good all the time, smell good all the time, do that thing that you like all the time, show up on time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And while you've been paying all this attention to the star player, you kind of been pushing your role players off the side. You still got your role players, but then now you got to do this work to turn your role player back into your star player. But now you comparing everything that she did, your star player, to your role player. Now your role player ain't growing. Stay with me now. You know what I mean? Now your role player ain't growing the way your star player was. You know what I mean?
And now
So
you're
now you
so
revert back to your star player.
you're
But I'm saying that this is just what happens.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but that proves my point, and I'm gonna try to like summarize what it is I was trying to say, because you kind of just proved that point of what that situationship is, because she already said that she had caught feelings for you, and you can say bye. It's one-sided already. So someone's gonna want the relationship to progress to a relationship, but it's not. So that's the situationship. What keeps it the situationship is that you are gonna go back and reel her in. So a situationship, I think, is always at least one person is compromised of their self-esteem and one person is compromised of their integrity, because that integrity person is going to take advantage to the one of the self-esteem, and they're going to take the bait that you pull out. That is a situationship. That's what makes you stay in that
Mhm.
situationship.
And
You're settling, one person is settling, the other person is taking advantage of that
and to
settling.
piggyback off it a little bit, a situation never really ends unless it ends on bad terms. Unless it ends on
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
bad terms, or that person wants to get married or whatever. Because if it's still
Mm-hmm.
cool, y'all still dancing in the same circle. You know what I mean?
I
You
think
ain't.
it can fade sometimes though.
You said what?
I think it can
I think
fade out sometimes though.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
that person.
It don't have to be bad though. Like it can just fade out.
Yeah. No, you right. You right.
no, it's just no. I just think it just carries
Or it
over a
could
length of
fade
time
out and
because of
then
the
you could post your
convenience.
gender
Right.
reveal
Sharis
video.
and that damn gender reveal.
Hey,
And I was living the time of my life,
let me
okay?
tell you, Shars. I can relate to that too. When her mom was pregnant, I wasn't saying nothing to nobody. I just popped out with the baby shower pictures. I lost everything.
Hello.
But I lost everything.
Everybody was like, "What the fuck?" I was
Blocked, blocked, blocked.
hey, exactly. That's what happened.
He
It was
lost his star player, the whole roster.
lost a whole. I know girls who did that too.
Yeah.
When you have your female friends, your partner friends, I'm gonna tell you one thing. People don't want to say it. This hasn't happened to me, but I know a few people. Once people change their number, they had the same number for 10, 12 years. They change their number all of a sudden, you be like, what? Oh, can't let people have certain access to me no more. Yeah,
That door
I
is
know what that means.
They go to my
closed.
graveyard.
That
They go to my
door is
graveyard.
closed. Well, with that said, we are at the top of the hour. We actually already got our IG folks cut off by the hour. So thank
Sorry,
you to
ma'ams.
those.
Y'all know where
Yeah,
to
thank
find
you to
us.
those on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you to Peanut. That was
Yeah,
awesome. We
that,
will
that was good.
definitely
We got
need
to
to
do this
bring you
again.
back.
We got to do
We gotta do this
Yeah,
again.
we gotta do this.
I know. I got a couple bones to pick with you, Peanut. Thank
What I
you for
do?
We gotta
introducing me to
we
him.
gotta bring Peanut back
Oh,
for a game
yes.
night.
He gets real
Game nights are
competitive, though.
always fun.
He always
Oh
accuses
yeah.
me of cheating.
I do.
Wow, y'all
I
still mad
do.
about
I
that?
think me and Peanut done had our
I was the
moments.
host.
Well, we won, Bianca. Just so you know, the men won.
I don't know about all of that. I don't know about all of that. That's what I say. Me and Peter, we didn't had our ones. We didn't almost came. What?
Oh,
Nah, we're not doing that. Our game nights now are a little more mature. You know, we like to adult and do things nice and
Yeah,
sweet.
no, it's all good. It's all good.
That's
For
I'm
right.
now.
down. This was great. I had a lot of fun. That was the fastest hour ever.
Ever, right?
Yeah.
Ever.
Ever.
Every week we say the same thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But thank you so much for coming today. Make sure you stay on even after we close out so we can say our goodbyes to you. Thank you
Oh.
to everybody who's watching. Bianca, if anyone watching doesn't know how to find all of our socials, let them know.
If you or your situationship are not liked, followed, or subscribed to us, then you can do so on our social media. That's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at It's No Secret Podcast. No, TikTok is at It's No Secret
Yes.
Podcast Live. But if you can't join us on our live stream on Wednesdays, then you can definitely listen to us on Sundays on our Apple and Spotify. Estella?
And until and until next time, remember, it's no
Bye.
secret.